Hello YouTube. Well, hopefully now that I've successfully kind of repelled the kingdom of trolls from my border, and I can get back to the things that this channel is all about. Guns and shooting. And hopefully I don't have any more problems with pesky trolls. But we'll save that for another day. Today's gun is a Uberti copy of a Colt Single Action Army. This Colt Single Action Army, of course, was probably what you might want to refer to as the Glock of its day. Although, to me, it has much better styling and looks to it. Although, it's just as functional. But the Colt Single Action Army is by far the best known single action revolver or handgun of the West. And right on through the early 20s. And this one is actually sold through Taylor & Company, but it's made by Uberti. It's Italian replica. And while most were in .45 Colt, this one is in one of my favorite calibers, and that's .32-20. And I have here a 115 grained cast lead hand load to go with it, which is it's a very pleasant caliber to shoot. It's a very universal caliber. If you're carrying it like during hunting season for small game, it's very handy. It's a nice round, 115 grain bullet. This is about 800 feet per second, maybe out of this barrel, maybe a bit less, but still a very nice round. And of course, it's the 7.5-inch barrel. This is what would be referred to if it was in .45 Colt as the cavalry model. This is the long barrel. It's not a quick draw gun. This is meant for like a nice gun you could carry. It's even with a long barrel, it's very pointable. It's very nice to shoot. And that's what we're going to do here today. I've got some of these hand loads, and I'm going to load some up, and I'm going to try them. I've shot this gun a few times before, but I'm going to try it today from a rest at 25 yards, just to see what I can get out of it. And let's see what happens. Okay, YouTube, let's try the Uberti Single Action Army copy in .32-20 with my hand loads at 25 yards. And let's see what happens. Let's try that again with a little more elevation. See if see if that makes a difference in where these bullets hit. They hit a bit low the first time. Let's see what happens. For my last 5 rounds of these hand loads, I'm going to try 5 rounds, 25 yards offhand. See if I can get the little bit of windage right that I'm trying to get. And see if I can kind of guesstimate with Kentucky windage where I needed to be. Not quite as good as I'd hope, but this is why you need to shoot these guns. You need to sight in and load for them. And what I could do is I can file the front sight down which, as you can see, it's hitting low. Even on these shots on the left, which were the offhand shots, I was aiming more towards the top of the target, and you can see that it ended up, even most of the shots are low. I ended up dropping a couple completely. And you can do a couple things. One, you can file the front sight down, but I want to try a couple of different loads. This is just one load. This is the load of 2400 powder. I'm going to try this same bullet with a load of unique powder, and whichever of those two seem to be more accurate, then I will probably work more toward the front sight, towards that load, regulating the front sight. But again, this is just getting started with these hand loads, and we'll see how it goes. 32-20, it's a wonderful round to shoot. It's very pleasant, and we'll work it from here. So that being said, YouTube, have a good day.